From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, October 24th, 2014. Silver is trading at $17.26 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,233 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $360. Antiwar.com reports, speaking at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, Undersecretary of the Treasury David Cohen has threatened to impose sanctions on anyone buying oil from the Islamic State. In taking large portions of Syria's oil-producing east and several oil fields in Iraq, the Islamic State has carved out a de facto state with a lot of oil wealth, and in addition to refining it for domestic use, they've reportedly been bankrolling their ongoing expansion by selling it at substantially below market value to middlemen. These middlemen, mostly Turkish and Kurdish buyers who smuggle the oil into their own territory, make a tidy profit. Cohen says such sanctions would be a chance to stop the Islamic State from getting money that way. The U.S. war, particularly in Syria, has focused on blowing up oil refineries and grain silos, trying to damage the Islamic State economy. Yet, the territory of the Islamic State also contains many millions of civilians, and oil exports are their economic lifeline as well. Preventing commerce may harm the Islamic State, but it is the sort of inexact warfare that stands to damage many others as well. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com. The Associated Press reports the number of people who died trying to cross the U.S.-Mexican border has dropped to the lowest level in 15 years as more immigrants turned themselves in to authorities in Texas and fewer took their chances with the dangerous trek across the Arizona desert. The U.S. government recorded 307 deaths in the 2014 fiscal year that ended in September, the lowest number since 1999. In 2013, the number of deaths was 445. The Border Patrol's Rio Grande Valley sector finished the 2014 budget year with 115 deaths, compared with 107 in the Tucson sector. It marks the first time since 2001 that Arizona has not been the deadliest place to cross the border. Arizona has long been the most dangerous border region because of the triple-digit temperatures, rough desert terrain, and the sheer volume of immigrants coming into the state from Mexico. But more immigrants are now entering through Texas and not Arizona. Border enforcement officials say that the lower numbers are in part due to increased rescue efforts as well as Spanish-language media campaigns discouraging Latin Americans from walking across the border. Immigrant rights advocates are skeptical that it is solely the Border Patrol's efforts contributing to the decrease in deaths. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. Reuters reports the National Park Service said on Thursday that it was investigating a New York artist as a suspect for graffiti vandalism in parks across the western United States after she posted at least one picture of herself defacing a protected park on social media. One photo obtained by the blog Modern Hiker and shared with the National Park Service shows the artist putting the finishing touches on an acrylic drawing of a cigarette-smoking woman at Utah's Canyonlands National Park in June. Other photographs show the graffiti, such as a woman with blue hair at Oregon's Crater Lake and a bald man with a snake protruding from his mouth at California's Yosemite, all signed Creepy Things and dated 2014. The woman is suspected for vandalism in at least 10 national parks, including the Grand Canyon in Arizona and California's Joshua Tree, where she has been seen in a photograph crawling among a protected cave painting. The hiking blog sent the photos it gathered earlier this month by screenshots from the suspect's Instagram and Tumblr accounts to the National Park Service on Wednesday, sparking the investigation. A spokeswoman for the National Park Service said the artist has not yet been arrested or charged with a crime. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.